Hi everybody, and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. This is just going to be a quick video on whether you can use cloth pads as for incontinence. And essentially for those of you who don't know, essentially what incontinence is the involuntary or accidental loss of urine from the bladder. It can be minor. And minor causes can be stuff like sneezing or coughing or laughing, or it can be major, which is essentially resulting in the complete surprise or unexpected voiding of the entire bladder. And essentially there are various options based on the status of your incontinence, either minor to major. Cloth pads, which can be useful for the minor stuff, so if you sneeze or if you cough or if you laugh and a little bit comes out, but it's not really that useful for medium or major incontinence. This is essentially because incontinence, which is urine loss, and menstrual blood, which is obviously menstrual blood and urine are essentially different liquids. And there are also two different situations that you will come across. So urine tends to be a burst of liquid, and menstruation tends to be slower, kind of a slower drip effect over several days. And due to this difference in liquid, incontinence pad can contain more quick absorbing material, more in line with nappies, and they contain more wicking and gel absorbing polymer. These fabrics are aimed at removing urine from sitting against the skin, rather than, because if you're sitting in urine it can actually cause obviously skin rashes and that type of stuff. So there are several ways to deal with heavier situations. There are single-use options like these ones here on display. This is the Depends brand. This is actually underwear that you can wear. This is a super absorbency, and this is a regular absorbency, it looks like. And also you can use pads like these Poise liners for light bladder leakage, and these super absorbency pads as well. There are also underwear liners, and reusable products that are associated with incontinence that would probably be more useful and better for you than, say, a pad if you have medium to heavy loss. Again, light loss is probably very, very useful for you to use, your normal menstrual pads, but at the end of the day menstrual pads aren't necessarily there to catch a dumping of liquid, and then the consistency of the liquid is different as well. So urine tends to be far more water based, whereas menstrual blood is much more thicker and viscous. So there are reusable products, because the same with these products you'll find with is that they are single use and disposable, so that there is still the environmental impact of using these, whereas Hester is a company that makes organic washable pads, and they are very, very similar to washable pads that you have for your they look far more like Hannah pads, but what you will find is that Hester Organic, this is not Hester, but this is just an example. Hester comes with these types of pads, so therefore you'll be able to actually have a reusable product. Hester also does organic underwear as well, kind of like a body underwear, or Thinks panties, so they have that kind of thicker absorbent core that is able to more adequately get incontinence. There is also other companies that do these, like Fig Eco Organic Hangy pads, and NOC Women's Leak-Proof Organic Cotton Underwear. They are also available in incontinence pads, which you can put on your bed, and obviously then underlays. Some of you with children are probably familiar with underlays, as you'd have them on your children's bedding, and they function kind of very, very similarly. So while these products function very, very similarly to disposable single-use menstrual products, they are different in the way that they absorb urine, and they are different in the way that they absorb liquid. I have seen some YouTubers who use these types of adult underwear for their period, so overnight, so they don't have to deal with leaking off the sides of their underwear or leaking off on the bed. So I have seen the reverse of this being used. But essentially that's kind of just a quick overview for you of incontinence products. This is like actually promoted as 60% more absorbent than regular Real Fit, which is actually here. So this is Real Fit for Women. They also do a men's version. It depends. This is available in Australia. These were both sample packs. I got to do this video, but also these seem to be a popular brand or a big brand in the United States as well, and possibly in the UK. And there's also a male version. This kind of, for those of you familiar with nappies, these work far closer to that than to menstrual products, because in the male version, the absorbent section is placed where they urinally come in, just due to an anatomical requirement. Sorry, that was hard to say. These pads would work the same type of way as a menstrual pad. I think from what I can gather, these seem to be more popular. The male version of this seemed to be more popular for men, and that's just because men aren't used to pads, whereas obviously women, due to a lifetime of using menstrual items, are far more used to wearing this. So these are a Kimberly-Clark company. It's made in Vietnam. Apparently this packaging is recyclable. Hey, go figure. But yeah, so you get this pad in here, and then liners. The Poise, these are both sample packs as well that came from Poise, and this is the information pack that it came from. So just comes with some stats that Poise has. 1 in 3 women over the age of 35 experience light bladder leakage, which means, and this light bladder leakage really has to do with laughing or sneezing or coughing. And this is kind of what this is aimed at. These also come with like an odor eliminating type of thing, so they're probably gel kind of pads inside here. Anyway, if you have any further questions, all the usual stuff, my contact details are in the comments. Other than that, comment below and enjoy the rest of your day.